Swadika, hello and welcome. You're watching ASEAN Challenge, the show to give you the latest hot topics and headlines and updates happening around your ASEAN community in two languages, Thai and English. I'm Rosalyn Tepawan.
And I'm Alisa สิทธิวงศ์ขอต้อนรับคุณผู้ชมทุกท่านเข้าสู่รายการ ASEAN Challenge ค่ะข่าวสารรอบอาเซียนทั้งภาษาอังกฤษและภาษาไทย
And what's happening in ASEAN around us now for our first break is a huge fashion show that's happening all around our ASEAN community. Up and coming fashion designers are really making themselves known by using innovative techniques to display their art and also their designs. And one of them, up and coming, is from Vietnam. Jessica Min An has returned to Paris earlier in September for a seventh and final catwalk on water, a new concept that many people had been anticipating to showcase her art on the city's iconic cruise boats. So something incredibly beautiful, showcasing altogether 7 female designers from around the world and ASEAN.
That's right. Her name is Jessica Min An, and she's a 31-year-old model and entrepreneur as well. And she's very well known for having fashion shows in various very interesting locations, whether it's the Eiffel Tower, the Hoover Dam, the London Tower Bridge, and as well as the World Trade Center. So we're going to go listen to what she has to say.
I would like to create an illusion of models walking on water, which is why I did the catwalk arrangement so that guests will sit facing the multifaceted glass window while the boat is cruising. So all the architectural wonder of Paris, such as Eiffel Tower and the bridges, are becoming the normal backdrop for the catwalk. In this particular show, we actually promote women empowerment. That's why all the designers are female, because I believe in these days of age, at the current time, we have the wave of entrepreneurial women who are able to be adaptable, who are strong and confident, but at the same time also very stylish and intriguing.
You know, I'm one of those people that believes that if you dream and you want to create something strong enough and you put your one foot in front of the other, which we've been doing, things will manifest. And that's exactly what happened today. So we're really excited to be a part of this. I think women's empowerment, that's really where the world is going to change. That's where we're going to see more peace, we're going to see more love.
So there you can see tons of her beautiful designs with a lot of fusion between Asian designs. You see a lot of colors that represent Asian cultures, like red, a very important color for various different Asian communities, especially Chinese, with Chinese descent. So you can kind of see the headdress as well, representing Chinese goddesses and empresses and such.
So you can see that the makeup is quite strong, and that's because they want to promote women empowerment. And so that's also another reason why all the designers are women as well. So that's something that they want to be able to showcase in this fashion show. And they want to show how women can be entrepreneurial, they can be strong and confident, but at the same time also very stylish and intriguing.
Right, indeed. And there you see cruising along the boat with a fashion show in motion must be also challenging, not just for viewers, but for models to a certain extent because of the rocking boat and such. But a very innovative and beautiful concept, looking at all those special designs with fusion from all over. But altogether, definitely female empowerment right there. Now, the show featured many formal gowns, as you see, ready to wear dresses, models walking inside one of the bateau mouches, slowly sailing down the Seine River.
That's right. So other designers, as mentioned, all women, of course, included Atelier Zuhra from Oman, Nuria from the United States, and Bangladeshi brand Zone Ash, and Japanese designer Yumi Katsura as well. So we can see here very beautiful dresses, and just reading the news about it makes me slightly envy that they get to wear it and I don't.
Well, definitely want one of those dresses for myself as well. But altogether, all beautiful designs coming up along the boats with very beautiful models showcasing their spirit and female empowerment as well.
ใช่แล้วค่ะและนี่ก็คือ Jessica Min An นะคะก็เธอเป็นนางแบบแล้วก็เป็นผู้ประกอบการจากประเทศเวียดนามนะคะเธอได้กลับมาปารีสเมื่อวันที่ 4 กันย ยายนในงาน Catwalk on Water ครั้งที่7นะคะที่จัดขึ้นบนเรือสำราญนะคะที่จัดแสดงให้กับนักออกแบบหญิงทั้งหมด7คนจากทั่วโลกนั่นเองค่ะเจสสิก้ามินอาร์นะคะเป็นนางแบบแล้วก็อย่างที่บอกไปว่าเป็นผู้ประกอบการอายุ31ปีนะคะซึ่งชื่อเสียงของเธอเนี่ยมีขึ้นจากการจัดการแสดงแฟชั่นโชว์เคยแสดงบนหอไอเฟลบนเขื่อนฮูเวอร์ลอนดอนทาวเวอร์แล้วก็ World Trade Center ด้วยนะคะในการแสดงในครั้งนี้เนี่ยก็มีดีไซเนอร์ที่เป็นสุภาพสตรีทั้งหมด7คนนะคะประกอบไปด้วยบางคนที่อยากจะพูดถึงก็มีอัตเลียซูราจากประเทศโอมานนะคะนูริยาจากสหรัฐอเมริกาแบรนด์โซนแอชจากบังกลาเทศแล้วก็มีนักออกแบบชาวญี่ปุ่นชื่อยูมิคัตสุระด้วยค่ะ
ก็นับว่าเป็นผู้หญิงที่เก่งกาจมากๆเลยนะคะมีความสามารถทั้งหลายด้านไม่ว่าเดินแฟชั่นโชว์หรือว่าออกแบบแฟชั่นนั่นเองค่ะ so definitely some great empowerment for all women designers out there to pursue their dreams and to live it as well. Now with that said, some more ideas for us to dream and pursue our creativity. But with that said, some food for thought. It's time for a short break. Now, coming up next, hot issues on ASEAN Challenge. Stay with us.
พักกันสักครู่ค่ะ
Welcome back to ASEAN Challenge. Into ASEAN Hot Issues, we take a look at the highlights making news this week and beyond as well. Starting off with what's going on in Russia. Now, Russia is securing ties more and more with Vietnam, with more MOUs and more agreements being signed in a recent visit that Putin, where Russian President Vladimir Putin met earlier with Vietnamese Communist Party's General Secretary Nguyen Tu Trong in Sochi as well.
Right, so the communication or the talks between the two countries focused on economic and strategic ties and cooperation. However, of course, in terms of Vietnam, he also congratulated Putin on the successful FIFA 2018 World Cup as well. As we know that the World Cup that happened in July and June and July actually happened in Russia. So they congratulated each other on that and they talked about various economic and strategic cooperations between the two countries. Hopefully that their relationships and ties with each other will strengthen through various MOUs.
Indeed, and more meetings will take place as well as various country representatives will meet up with their counterparts in the remote future as well, the near future rather.
ค่ะในช่วง ASEAN Hot Issue นะคะมาดูกันที่ข่าวจากประเทศรัสเซียกับความสัมพันธ์ระหว่างรัสเซียกับเวียดนามนั่นเองนะคะซึ่งประธานาธิบดีของรัสเซียปูตินนะคะก็ได้พบกับเลขาธิการพรรคคอมมิวนิสต์เวียดนามเหงียนพูทรองนะคะที่โซเมื่อวันที่6กันยายนที่ผ่านมาค่ะทั้งสองประเทศนะคะก็ได้สรุปความร่วมมือด้านเศรษฐกิจและยุทธศาสตร์หลังจากที่นายเหงียนพูทรองนะคะก็ได้แสดงความยินดีให้กับปูตินเกี่ยวกับความสำเร็จในการแข่งขันฟุตบอลโลกฟีฟ่า2018ที่รัสเซียเนี่ยเป็นเจ้าภาพในปีนี้เมื่อเดือนมิถุนายนแล้วก็กรกฎาคมที่ผ่านมาค่ะ
ค่ะนับว่าจะมีการเซ็นการมี agreement อีกหลายขั้นตอนเลยนะคะระหว่าง2ประเทศในอนาคต so we'll keep you posted on those details coming up. Meanwhile, turning to Cambodia for some developments happening there. As soon as the release of the Cambodian opposition leader Kem Sokha had happened, it seems that officials had put him under house arrest as rumors had circulated and now have been confirmed. Supporters of the leader of Cambodia's main opposition had gathered outside of his house as well to give him moral support.
That's right. In terms of the daughter of Kem Sokha, she came out to talk about the health of her father, saying that he was in poor health conditions and also required medical attention, and therefore is the reason why the courts have allowed him to be on house arrest instead of being in jail at the moment now. However, authorities have not mentioned very much about the situation or his situation health terms, but his daughter, of course, Kem Monovitya, did come out in order to tell us or tell the reporters about his situation. So he's 65 years old and he's currently in quite poor health and needs medical attention and therefore is staying at home under house arrest, under close supervision from his lawyer, of course, and he probably will not be meeting his supporters anytime soon.
But meanwhile, a lot of people are trying to see this move as a positive sign. A former youth leader of the now dissolved CNRP also came out of prison weeks earlier, said he hoped the release of the political opponents now, the string of them to come perhaps, will open up a new path towards national reconciliation. So that is a bit of a positive thinking, which we'll have to keep in mind. But meanwhile, this comes at a very interesting time as Hun Sen had once again won the general election. And according to various parties such as the EU and the UN and even Australia, many countries had taken a look at that move as not a transparent election. And so at the same time, there have been calling for the release of the opposition party leader. So some speculations have circulated about whether or not this release of Kem Sokha was actually a move to appease any kind of disagreement or criticism against the new victory of the ruling party.
ใช่แล้วค่ะมากันต่อที่ข่าวจากกัมพูชากันบ้างนะคะซึ่งนายเกิมสุขานะคะผู้นำฝ่ายค้านของกัมพูชาได้รับการปล่อยตัวชั่วคราวจากศาลโดยเหตุผลทางสุขภาพแต่ให้กักบริเวณภายในบ้านจนกว่าจะถึงกำหนดการไต่สวนครั้งต่อไปนะคะแม้รัฐบาลของกัมพูชาได้ปฏิเสธให้ข้อมูลเพิ่มเติมแต่นางสาวเกิมมโนวิทยานะคะซึ่งเป็นบุตรสาวของนายเกิมสุขากล่าวว่าศาลอนุญาตให้บิดาของเธอเนี่ยได้รับการประกันตัวด้วยเหตุผลด้านสุขภาพปัจจุบันนายเกิมสุขาอายุ65ปีค่ะมีภาวะน้ำตาลในเลือดสูงและจำเป็นจะต้องเข้ารับการตรวจอาการเจ็บปวดที่ไหล่ด้านซ้ายซึ่งเรื้อรังมานานแล้วค่ะ
ค่ะเราก็จะคอยติดตามดูอาการของนายเขิมศกด้วยนะคะแล้วก็มีการดำเนินการยังไงต่อกับทางรัฐกัมพูชานั่นเอง But meanwhile in other developments in Cambodia with the ruling party once again winning the elections, it seems Parliament has opened again after Cambodia's CPP had dominated the elections. So with that said, Cambodia's parliament had gathered for their first official session earlier Wednesday since the July election victory here, in which Prime Minister Hun Sen's ruling party claimed victory, and critics on the other hand called the entire election a sham because it lacked a viable opposition. But regardless, the parliament opened up to a big kind of start and a big bang, especially coming from the military.
That's right. As you mentioned, of course, critics include the United Nations and other Western countries in which have described this election, as you mentioned, a sham or flawed after the Supreme Court last year dissolved the main opposition Cambodia National Rescue Party, or CNRP, over accusations of plotting to topple the government. As well, as you mentioned, of course, they opened the parliament, and however, we can see that several countries or representatives from several countries were there, but some were missing as well. So representatives from China, Malaysia, Timor-Leste, and the United Nations Development Program, or UNDP, were there, but however absent included Australia, the European Union, and the United States.
Indeed, but one person who tried to make up for all the absences perhaps was King Norodom Sihamoni as well, who presided over the opening session of Parliament after the party won all 125 parliamentary seats, up for grabs since the end of July.
ค่ะต่อกันกับข่าวกัมพูชากันนะคะซึ่งทางรัฐสภาของกัมพูชาก็ได้เปิดประชุมในวันพฤหัสบดีที่ผ่านมาค่ะเพื่อลงมติอย่างเป็นทางการให้นายกรัฐมนตรีฮุนเซนดำรงตำแหน่งต่อไปอีก5ปีหลังจากที่ครองตำแหน่งมาแล้ว33ปีค่ะโดยสมาชิกรัฐสภาทั้งหมด125คนลงมติการยกมือสนับสนุนรัฐบาลชุดใหม่ซึ่งประกอบด้วยรัฐมนตรีจากรัฐบาลชุดที่แล้วอีกด้วยนะคะอย่างไรก็ตามก็มีฝั่งที่คัดค้านหรือว่าไม่เห็นด้วยนะคะก็จะมี UN กับนานาชาติที่มีความเห็นว่าการเลือกตั้งที่ผ่านมาเนี่ยเป็นการเลือกตั้งที่จอมปลอมนะคะรัฐสภาซึ่งประกอบไปด้วยพรรคการเมืองเพียงพรรคเดียวไม่ได้สะท้อนถึงเจตนารมณ์ที่แท้จริงของประชาชนชาวกัมพูชาแต่อย่างใดค่ะ
Meanwhile, let's turn over from Cambodia now to the Philippines to see other developments there after the country was struck by another earthquake here. The quake was quite big, 6.4 in magnitude, and it was felt all over the Davao city toward the south, but no damages or casualties have been reported to a huge extent so far. The quake, though, it hit about 250 kilometers off of Davao City in Mindanao earlier Saturday. The epicenter, of course, was also located in Davao, but Davao Oriental, and was around 28 kilometers deep, so a huge earthquake felt from all over with huge tremors.
That's right. So the video we're taking a look at the moment now is a video obtained by Reuters in which showed a crane swinging from the quake, and it shows people hiding under desks, as we can see at the moment now, and people also were evacuating a shopping mall. So videos were taken after the quake showed damage to buildings and walkways in Davao City, which is considered as the largest city in Mindanao. And as mentioned, people were evacuating shopping malls because at least one shopping mall in the city center was closed after the quake. A lot of people wanted to go back inside, but of course security guards did not allow that to happen.
Right, and also on top of that, local news reported power outages around town as well, especially in Baganga and the city of Mati. And still, there are no immediate reports of casualties or damage, but we'll keep you posted on those developments.
ใช่แล้วค่ะมากันที่ประเทศฟิลิปปินส์กันบ้างนะคะซึ่งในช่วงนี้เราก็อาจจะได้ยินข่าวเกี่ยวกับภัยพิบัติทางธรรมชาติค่อนข้างจะเยอะนะคะก็เกิดแผ่นดินไหวขนาด 6.4 ริกเตอร์นั่นเองนะคะซึ่งศูนย์กลางก็ได้สั่นสะเทือนของการสั่นสะเทือนในครั้งนี้นะคะก็เกิดขึ้นที่มาเนดาวาโอเรียนทัลนะคะซึ่งอยู่ห่างจากที่ทำการอุทยานแห่งชาติของฟิลิปปินส์นะคะประมาณ28 กิโลเมตรนะคะที่เราเห็นในขณะนี้คือวิดีโอที่รอยเตอร์ได้มานะคะภาพจากรอยเตอร์ซึ่งแสดงเห็นว่ามีรถเครนที่สั่นสะเทือนจากแผ่นดินไหวนะคะมีคนหลบซ่อนอยู่ใต้โต๊ะที่ทำงานแล้วก็ผู้คนที่ต้องอพยพออกจากห้างสรรพสินค้าอีกด้วยก็ถือว่าเป็นอีกหนึ่งเหตุการณ์ภัยทางธรรมชาติที่เกิดขึ้นที่ฟิลิปปินส์ค่ะ
ใช่ค่ะเราก็จะเห็นภัยธรรมชาติเกิดหลายประเทศเลยนะคะช่วงนี้ไม่ว่าจะเป็นฟิลิปปินส์ประเทศจีนประเทศญี่ปุ่นเช่นกัน so we'll keep you posted on more developments from natural disasters and hopefully disaster mitigation that goes smoothly as well. But we turn over to discover what else is happening in Indonesia. In a positive move here, Indonesian president has gone to visit Vietnam as well to strengthen bilateral ties, especially in another move to sign more agreements in terms of trade and security. So both presidents of both countries had reiterated their commitment to more peaceful resolutions, especially to issues concerning the South China Sea, where the situation continues to create lots of tension between many countries who claim various parts of that particular area.
That's right. So what we were able to see from the agreement between the two leaders, of course, were the support for peaceful settlements of various disputes in the South China Sea, in line, of course, with international law and negotiations on the Code of Conduct on the East Sea. Now, cooperations in other fields that the two countries had collaborated with, of course, included energy, agriculture, culture, tourism, marine science, and environment as well. They were also discussing aims of increasing trade to $10 billion between the two countries.
Right. They also discovered various agreements as well to combat the issue of illegal fishing happening around the South China Sea. So we'll keep a lookout on what new kind of discoveries are being made there and new agreements. But in this footage, another interesting activity taking place. It seems like confetti is showering over the Philippine campus right here, and it's also celebrating an intramural game that kicks off every year in the Philippines.
ใช่แล้วค่ะสิ่งที่เราเห็นตอนนี้ก็คือคอนเฟตตี้นะคะหรือว่ามันก็จะเป็นการฉลองของประเทศฟิลิปปินส์ที่มหาวิทยาลัยเซบูนะคะ so at the moment as we can see they're going to start off what they call the opening of the intramurals or the university sports competition, and this is their way of celebration in which they're going to be competing in various sports including basketball, volleyball, badminton, Scrabble even, Sudoku, and a wide variety of dance competitions.
So a lot of this footage we're seeing, not just from video cameras, but we're also seeing a lot of social media photos and a lot of just videos being taken by phone as well, showing students at the campus here making the start of their 4-day competition off to a colorful start. So it looks a lot like a parade and huge festivities happening all around.
ค่ะอย่างที่บอกไปนะคะนี่ก็คือการเปิดงานพิธีการแข่งขันของมหาวิทยาลัยเซบูนะคะซึ่งวิดีโอที่เราเห็นอยู่ขณะนี้นะคะก็เห็นกิจกรรมที่นักเรียนมหาวิทยาลัยในเขตบานิลาดแคมปัสนะคะของเซบูซึ่งมีหลายๆแคมปัสหรือว่าหลายๆวิทยาเขตด้วยกันนะคะของฟิลิปปินส์ก็ได้ออกมา เพื่อที่จะมาเฉลิมฉลองหรือว่าเป็นงานเปิดก่อนที่จะมีการแข่งขันนะคะด้านกีฬาต่างๆกีฬาที่จะแข่งขันก็มีบาสเกตบอลวอลเลย์บอลแบดมินตันรวมไปถึงการแข่งขันซูโดกุแล้วก็การแข่งขันการเต้นหลากหลายชนิดนะคะก็เริ่มต้นหลังจากที่มีการพาเหรดแล้วก็ปล่อยคอนเฟตตี้หรือว่ากระดาษแบบนี้นะคะ
เป็นอะไรที่น่าสนใจมากๆนะคะมหาวิทยาลัยหลายแห่งทั่วประเทศมาแข่งขันกันอยากจะดูการแข่งซูโดกุมากๆเลย
คุณเล่นซูโดกุเป็นไหมคะ
ชอบเล่นมากเลยนะคะ
เป็นคนชอบเล่นเหมือนกันครับจริงๆมันทำให้มีสมาธิมากขึ้นนะคะแล้วก็แบบเป็นการฝึกสมองไปด้วยในตัวOkay, with that said, we're going to take another short break and we'll be back for some calendar updates when we return.
Stay tuned. Welcome back to ASEAN Challenge. Up next in ASEAN Calendar, lots of interesting and colorful events to mark your calendars with.
ค่ะกลับเข้าสู่รายการ ASEAN Challenge นะคะในช่วงนี้เดี๋ยวไปติดตามกันว่ามีอีเวนต์อะไรบ้างค่ะ
World Ozone Day.International Day for the Preservation of Ozone Layer is an annual observance. It's celebrated on the 16th of September every year to spread awareness and bring attention to the depletion of the ozone layer. This day is celebrated by organizing seminars, speeches, and national as well as international exhibitions worldwide. In schools, the annual Science Day is also organized, and a lot of awareness is created by the means of media as well.This day plays a very crucial role as it acts as a platform to discuss with friends, family, and acquaintances in terms of contributing their share towards the well-being of our planet Earth. Various campaigns are also launched that seek the recognition of masses, and through this awareness, it's spread at a large scale. The day emphasizes the international efforts to limit production and release of harmful gases.Ozone layer is a layer of ozone molecules, which is found particularly in the stratosphere layer of the atmosphere, ranging between 20 to 40 kilometers. The ozone layer is formed in the atmosphere when the ultraviolet rays from the sun break a single oxygen atom. The oxygen atom then merges with oxygen and thus forms the final ozone molecule.The problem that causes the depletion of this layer occurs when the harmful sun radiations, after sticking the Earth's surface, becomes unable to leave the atmosphere. Most scientists agree that without the ozone layer, life on Earth will cease to exist. Water and land life would suffer, as without the protection from the ozone, people, the sun, plant life, and animals will be destroyed. Even the underwater life will be destroyed with ozone depletion.The depletion disturbs the equilibrium. There are more summers than winters. The winters also arrive irregularly, and the icebergs start melting. Moreover, the depletion of this layer is a health and nature hazard. History of International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer, or World Ozone Day. Since the 16th of December 1994,is annually celebrated as International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer with a lot of enthusiasm in all the countries. This day was designated as the same by a declaration which was made by the United Nations. It was done to commemorate the signing of the Montreal Convention against the depletion of the ozone layer in the year 2000 on December 19th.The Montreal Convention is an international treaty to safeguard the ozone layer by phasing out harmful substances and gases around the world. The participation in the International Day to protect ozone layers has always seen a huge and massive rise since 1995, which was the first year when this day was celebrated by people worldwide. Why is International Day for the Preservation of Ozone Layers celebrated?The day is celebrated not just to commemorate the date on which the Montreal Convention was signed, but mainly to create awareness about how fast the ozone layer is being depleted. The chief aim to observe this day as an international occasion is to generate a sense of awareness about the ozone, how it's formed, and what the methods to stop its depletion are. On this day, through the medium of schools, colleges, organizations, and media, people connect to one another to share their ideas on how the menace that's destructing the earth can be controlled. It educates the masses about the importance of environment and the significant means to protect it. Malaysia Day. Malaysia Day is a holiday that's celebrated on September 16th each year, oriented around the founding of the Malaysian Federation. In the Malay language, Malaysia Day is known as Hari Malaysia. Due to the overall themes of Malaysia Day, the holiday is often celebrated by many patriotic Malaysians. The history. To fully understand the importance of Malaysia Day to Malaysian citizens, you must know about the history of the Malay Peninsula. While many important events can be traced to before the 9th century CE, the most relevant situations occurred as early as the 19th century. The British Empire expands to Southeast Asia. During the 19th century, Great Britain used its colonization of smaller nations to increase its economic and diplomatic strength. Eventually, the British Empire expanded to Southeast Asia. On the Malay Peninsula, British companies exploited local labor forces and resources. In most cases, the local Malay economy did not benefit from the fruits of this labor. The British empires continued to play a major role in the governments and economies of Southeast Asian nations until the Japanese military entered the region prior to World War II. Japan expands its sphere of influence. To combat the growing influence of the Western empires in Asia, Japan expanded its own empire throughout the East and Southeast Asia. Imperial Japan colonized many nations, including China, Burma, Indonesia, North Borneo, and Malaya. With most of the Malay Peninsula under Japanese control, the influence of the British Empire in Southeast Asia was greatly limited. During the period of Japanese control, the indigenous populations of the Malay Peninsula clashed with Japanese military forces and government officials. While most people did not openly defy the occupying forces, many groups in Singapore, Malaya, and North Borneo adopted nationalistic ideologies. Eventually, a communist group led an armed resistance against the occupying forces. This required a heavy-handed military response to maintain stability across the Malay Peninsula. The Federation of Malaya forms. To maintain peace and stability in Southeast Asia, Malaya was permitted to form its own nations. With permission from Great Britain and the United Nations, Malaya became the Federation of Malaya in 1957. The Federation of Malaya was a sovereign nation with its own government. This emboldened other nations in Southeast Asia to earn their independence. In 1963, the Federation of Malaysia was formed. The original federation consisted of Singapore, Malay, Sarawak, and North Borneo. The Declaration of Malaysia's foundation was signed on September 16, 1963. Singapore left the federation in 1965. Malaysia Day becomes a public holiday. To celebrate Malaysia's sovereignty, Malaysia Day became an official public holiday in 2010. This holiday gives Malaysians a chance to learn about their nation's history while enjoying festivities with their friends and family members. Various celebrations take place across Kuala Lumpur and other areas of Malaysia during Malaysia Day. Political addresses. Each year, prominent politicians and public figures address the Malaysian people on Malaysia Day. Common topics include politics, social issues, and Malaysian unity. These addresses are often televised. Protests. Although many Malaysians use Malaysia Day as an opportunity to celebrate their patriotism, some people use the holiday to criticize the Malaysian government. There are many social and political issues that have developed because of Malaysia's diverse background, so minority groups often join large protests. Food festivals. While diversity in Malaysia causes a bit of unrest, it also makes sure people are able to enjoy extravagant food and music fests. Since Malaysia consists of people from various Southeast Asian cultures, there's a wide range of food options for Malaysians to enjoy. These food festivals and other similar events allow Malaysian citizens to celebrate diversity of Malaysia. During Malaysia Day, flags are commonly seen on various public and private buildings. Many people also wear red clothing to celebrate the holidays. Malaysia Day is a holiday that allows Malaysians to celebrate the history and various cultures of their nation. A car-free day encourages motorists to give up their cars for a day. Organized events are held in some cities and countries. September 22nd is World Car-Free Day. According to the Washington Post, the event promotes improvement of mass transit, cycling, and walking, along with the development of communities where jobs are closer to home and where shopping is within walking distance. Studies show that for short trips in cities, one can reach more quickly using a bicycle rather than a car. The events that vary by location give motorists and commuterists an idea of their locality with fewer cars. While projects along these lines had taken place from time to time on an ad hoc basis, starting with the 1973 oil crisis, it was only in October 1994 that a structured car for such projects was issued in a keynote speech by Eric Britton at the International Ciudades Accesibles, or Accessible Cities Conference held in Toledo, Spain. Within 2 years, the first days were organized in Reykjavik, Iceland, in Bath, United Kingdom, and La Rochelle, France. And the informal World Car Days Consortium was organized in 1995 to support car-free days worldwide. The first national campaign was inaugurated in Britain by the Environmental Transport Association in 1997. The French followed suit in 1998 and was established as a Europe-wide initiative by the European Commission in 2000. In the same year, the Commission enlarged the program to a full European Mobility Week, which now is the major focus of the Commission, with a car-free day part of a greater new mobility as a whole. Also in 2000, car-free days went global with a World Car-Free Day program launched by Carbusters, now World Car-Free Network, and in the same year, Earth Car-Free Day collaborative program of the Earth Day Network and the World Car-Free Days Collaborative.
And those were the colorful events to mark your calendars with. With that said, we'll take a short break and we'll be back soon. Welcome back to the program, and on to ASEAN Interview. We take a look at a new movie that just entered into the theaters, Crazy Rich Asians, in which we can say that this is the first time in 25 years that a Hollywood movie had this many Asian casts. They hope that it's going to become a revolution in terms of more Asian appearances in Hollywood movie films. It's a romantic comedy, and so we'll take a look at it.
ใช่แล้วค่ะถือว่าเป็นภาพยนตร์ฮอลลีวูดใหญ่มากที่ระดับ 25 ปีนะคะได้มีแคสติ้งชาวเอเชียจำนวนมากที่สุดเลยนะคะซึ่งก็จะนำการเปลี่ยนแปลงในวงการฮอลลีวูดสำหรับนักแสดงเอเชียนั่นเองค่ะ
March. We've been dating for over a year now, and I think it's about time people met my beautiful girlfriend.
Romantic comedy Crazy Rich Asians hits UK cinemas on September 14th as the first Hollywood studio film featuring a large Asian cast in 25 years. Its cast hope it is part of a revolution for more representation of Asians on screen. The romantic comedy tells the story of an Asian American New Yorker who goes to Singapore to meet her boyfriend's wealthy and tradition-bound family of Chinese descent. It's based on the 2013 best-selling book of the same name by Kevin Kwan.
It's about my character. She's an Asian American woman who's in love with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend takes her home to Singapore to sort of meet the family, and she doesn't know what she's getting into because the family is like ultra wealthy, and and all the girls in Singapore really want him, so there's a lot of competition and bullying. But really, it's a story about identity and finding yourself and knowing what you value in life.
1.2 million.
The Nick you're dating is Nick Young?
The last Hollywood studio film to feature a large Asian cast was The Joy Luck Club in 1993. 27-year-old Londoner and financial services worker of Chinese heritage Nicola Wong said on Tuesday, September 4th, she grew up seeing few Asian actors on screen.
Not that represented at all, to be honest. There were very few faces that I saw on screen that looked like mine or my family's. The first time I watched this film, they screened it for me at Warner Brothers, and I found it really emotional. It was the first time I saw anyone that looked like my granny on screen. It means a lot. It means a lot to me as, obviously as an actress, but also just as someone who loves film and storytelling.
However, with the prospect of viewers getting to see more people of their own ethnicity on the big screen, it could help with the next generation deal with their own personal issues, she said.
I didn't grow up with that many Asian actors on screen, and I don't know how that affected me, but maybe for my kids, if they're growing up and they're seeing people of their own color acting out issues that they resonate with, maybe that will be something that will help them deal with their own personal issues. Who knows?
Showing people of different races on screen is important for showing reality, she added. For actress Jung Lu-si, who plays the fiancée of lead character Nick Young's friend, the film is part of a revolution for Asian actors to play normal characters.
I hope this is the one. I mean, I remember growing up and faced with roles that weren't particularly flattering and just going, I wish that there was some revolution that had been created before me to open the doors for all Asian actors to just play normal characters, and now to be standing here as part of that revolution, it's like, this is the moment. I can't believe I'm part of it, as opposed to just like wishing for it. So yeah.
Of course, I think the hope is that it opens up to, my co-star Nico Santos, he plays Oliver. He has this quote that says, "Rising tides lift all ships." And I think going beyond the scope of Asian Americans, which are very underrepresented, I think this movie will open up the doors for everyone, for more films like this, for inclusion in general. I think that any movie like this will help any kind of underrepresented minority group.
And it is something new, like a bit like how Black Panther made a few waves in the industry. It's great to have new faces and new cultures being portrayed on screen.
Yeah, this is more than a film. Our director said this is not a film, it's a movement, and we completely agree, and I think we all knew that when we were making the movie, which was over a year ago. It was just like, we're part of something special here, we know we're going to create history, and whether we knew it was going to be this big or not, I don't think anyone's particularly surprised. I think we're just so happy that everyone's seen that what we saw. It's just kind of us going, yeah, it's a validation, we've wanted this moment for so long, and here it is.
Since I can remember, my family has been my
The U.S. box office saw an August surge partly due to the film's success. It topped the domestic box office for the third week in a row following its release on August 15th, with a cumulative U.S. domestic gross nearing $120 million.
คุณเคยมีความฝันหรือเปล่าฝันที่จะโบยบินที่จะเห็นสังคมนี้ดีขึ้นที่จะเป็นที่ยอมรับที่จะสร้างโลกแห่งจินตนาการ ที่จะเห็นผู้คนได้ลิ้มรสของความสุขที่จะได้ช่วยเหลือที่จะได้เห็นผู้คนมีความสะดวกสบายฝันที่จะเปิดโลกกว้างถ้าคุณมีความฝันเหล่านั้นเราขอให้คุณหยุดฝันแล้วเปลี่ยนมันให้กลายเป็นเป้าหมายลงมือทำมันสร้างอนาคตที่คุณหวังจากปัจจุบันที่คุณมีเพราะมันถึงเวลาแล้วเวลาแห่งการเปลี่ยนแปลงจงเปลี่ยนจินตนาการให้กลายเป็นความจริงกล้าที่จะแสดงพลังกล้าที่จะเผชิญหน้ากับความกลัวกล้าที่จะเปลี่ยนตัวเองจากผู้ตามให้กลายเป็นผู้นำที่จะนำความก้าวหน้ามาสู่สังคมแน่นอนว่ามันจะไม่ง่ายแน่นอนว่ามันจะต้องท้อแน่นอนว่ามันจะต้องพบเจออุปสรรคจงอย่ากลัวแต่จงเอาความกล้าและความบ้าบิ่นที่มีปลดปล่อยมันออกมาให้มันเต็มไปด้วยความฝันความตั้งใจและไปให้ไกลกว่าเดิมจงเชื่อในตัวคุณเชื่อในเสียงเรียกร้องเชื่อในความตั้งใจของคุณสร้างมันขึ้นมาอย่ายึดติดกับสิ่งเดิมๆอย่ากลัวที่จะแตกต่างออกแบบมันโชว์ความเป็นตัวตนของคุณออกมาเพื่อที่จะกำหนดเทรนด์ให้กับโลกใบนี้ขีดเขียนมันสร้างสิ่งที่โลกนี้ไม่เคยเห็นขอต้อนรับเหล่าอนาคตผู้ที่เต็มไปด้วยความฝันจงออกไปให้ความสุขและสนุกกับการเป็นผู้ให้สวัสดีทุกความแตกต่างและหลากหลายจงยินดีที่จะเรียนรู้สิ่งใหม่ๆสิ่งที่เต็มไปด้วยความกล้าสิ่งที่เต็มไปด้วยความท้าทายเปล่งมันออกมาเสียงแห่งความสุขเสียงแห่งความตั้งใจพลังในตัวคุณบวกกับพลังแห่งปัญญาสร้างมันขึ้นมาอนาคตแห่งความหวังอนาคตที่ทุกคนรอคอยอนาคตที่ตัวเราเป็นผู้กำหนดเพราะยุคสมัยของพวกคุณมาถึงแล้วจงเชื่อมั่นในความฝันมุ่งมั่นในเป้าหมายและเรียนรู้กับประสบการณ์ที่ได้รับตกผลึกมันและก่อเกิดเป็นนวัตกรรมที่จะสร้างประโยชน์ให้กับโลกใบนี้นวัตกรรมที่จะเป็นทางออกให้กับสังคมนวัตกรรมที่จะมาเปลี่ยนแปลงโลกใบนี้เพราะมีอีกหลายชีวิตที่รอคุณอยู่รอให้คุณมาทำให้ดีขึ้นรอให้คุณมาเปลี่ยนแปลงถ้าคิดว่าโลกทุกวันนี้ยังดีไม่พอแล้วจะรอให้โลกมาเปลี่ยนคุณหรือคุณเองนั่นแหละที่จะใช้พลังที่คุณมีเปลี่ยนโลกใบนี้เปลี่ยนให้ดีกว่าเพื่อทุกคนเพราะมันถึงเวลาแล้ว ที่จะเปลี่ยนความฝันให้กลายเป็นความจริง
So for those who have not seen the movie yet, definitely go out and get your tickets. With that said, we wrap up ASEAN Challenge, and we'll see you again very soon next week. For now, สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ